As a result, the mercenaries under his care are practically unkillable. They survive scenarios that should have ended them 100 times over, and I believe it's because their souls are no longer their own. But there's more to it, something deeper that I haven't uncovered yet. Perhaps it's not the whole truth, or maybe it's just a part of a larger, more insidious puzzle. During a confrontation, I must first acknowledge his metagun. This device is his lifeline, enabling him to heal any injury, no matter how severe. The key is to separate him from it. Without the metagun, he's just another man with a bone saw. A dangerous man, no doubt, but not invincible. If he activates the Ubercharge, I'll have to stall. 10 seconds might not sound like much, but it's an eternity in combat. Patience is key. I'll have to avoid direct confrontation, use the environment, and wait out those 10 seconds. Once it's over, he's vulnerable again. His melee prowess is not to be underestimated either. He's known for using his bone saw with ruthless efficiency. If forced into close quarters, I'll need to counter with precision and speed. In summary, dealing with Ludwig requires vigilance, precision, and an understanding of the twisted mind behind that blood-stained lab coat. Underestimate him, and it could be your last mistake. But with the right strategy, even the most deranged of doctors can be brought to justice. Contingency Plan Code, Baguette. Subject, the Spy. The Spy is a French master of disguise, capable of assuming the identity of his adversaries with an almost supernatural proficiency. His arsenal includes devices that bend the very fabric of perception. A cloaking watch that renders him invisible, a device capable of creating instant disguises, and an enigmatic butterfly knife used for silent takedowns. But the spy's abilities extend beyond the physical. He possesses a cunning intellect, able to outmaneuver his opponents in a chess game where human lives are the pieces. He's skilled in multiple forms of weaponry, not just his knife. His psychological warfare tactics are unmatched, often turning allies against one another without them even realizing it. Few know that within his seemingly mundane tooth lies a mini arsenal of gadgets, from poisons to escape tools, indicating his preparedness for any situation. His tastes are somewhat expensive, his attire bespoke, signaling a man who values the finer things in life, perhaps as a facade to mask his true lethal nature. To counteract this master of disguise, whose talents include impersonating others with such finesse he can mimic even his own offspring, a plan both layered and thorough must be devised. The most crucial element of the first plan delves deeper into the psyche and habits of the spy. His mastery of disguise, while impressive, contains a flaw, a signature, if you will. His habitual use of a specific cigarette brand has left a trail as tangible as breadcrumbs. This detail, seemingly innocuous, becomes pivotal. By analyzing locations where this brand is sold and correlating them with sightings and activities, I can predict his movements, anticipate his appearances, and strategize my encounters. This method does not rely heavily on technology, but on human observation and deduction, proving that sometimes the most effective strategy is the simplest one. Next, my approach begins with preparation and adaptation, the cornerstone of any battle against an unseen foe. Anticipating the spy's reliance on invisibility, Wayne Tech's latest advancement in thermal lens technology will be my eyes. These lenses, integrated into my cowl, are designed to detect minute variations in heat signatures, ensuring that even the most subtle of movements cannot escape my notice. This technology sets the stage for a surprise counterattack, allowing him to draw near in his overconfidence before being blindsided at the crucial moment. Additionally, anticipating the potential interference of my electronic gadgets, which he might want to take out with the same fervor as his beloved baguettes, I prepared a countermeasure that is both simple and indelible. Permanent color bombs, designed to mark the
But
spy
yeah, I
with a
need
ray of
Emu's
light,
energy
guide him on his
or
approach,
Joy Boy's
ensure
energy.
that he can be tracked without reliance on electronic aids. This not only serves as a practical tool for visibility, but also as a symbolic gesture, staining his pride along with his $9,000 suit. In conclusion, should this Frenchman be seen even once, his presence should never be overlooked. One must always watch their back. It's not just a precaution, it's a necessity. Fail to do so, and you may not live to regret it. Contingency Plan Code, Cyclops. Subject, Demo Man. Tavish Finnegan de Groot, known in the field as the Demo Man, is a figure shrouded in the smoke of his own explosives, hailing from the Highlands of Scotland. His life took a turn towards the extraordinary from a very young age, with attempts to slay the Loch Ness Monster and a unique education in the arts of demolition. Additionally, the Demo Man lost one of his eyes due to a cursed tome belonging to a powerful wizard, Erasmus. On a fateful Halloween night, his curiosity led him to open the Bombinomicon, which promptly cursed him by claiming his left eye. His personal saga is further complicated by a profound relationship with alcohol, a dependency so ingrained that his physiology has adapted to metabolize alcohol as his primary source of sustenance. This unique biological adaptation, along with the loss of his eye, could become the basics of our contingency plan. Moreover, his arsenal, primarily composed of a sticky bomb launcher and a grenade launcher, makes him a formidable opponent at any range. However, it's his melee weapon, the Eyelander, that adds a mystical dimension to his combat abilities, granting him increased power with each foe vanquished. The contingency plan for Demoman therefore hinges on exploiting his unique weaknesses, starting with his alcohol dependency. By introducing a drink that mimics the taste and aroma of his favorite alcoholic beverages, but is essentially water, I can subtly undermine his physical capabilities. This specialized drink, engineered to match his preferred tastes perfectly, would serve as the first step in neutralizing his threat without his immediate knowledge. Should the Demo Man still manage to engage with his weaponry, the plan adapts to exploit his visual impairment. Fighting from his blind side not only reduces his combat effectiveness, but also allows for strategic positioning that can avoid the majority of his explosive attacks. This approach requires precise timing and an intimate knowledge of the battlefield to execute effectively. Acknowledging the detonation capability of his sticky bombs, an EMP rifle becomes a crucial element of this plan. Designed specifically to disable the electrical components of his sticky bomb launcher, this rifle can prevent detonation, significantly reducing the Demo Man's area denial capabilities. This targeted electronic warfare requires a device finely tuned to the specific frequencies used by his equipment. A challenge but not insurmountable, with the right preparation. In the event of a melee engagement, particularly if the Demo Man wields his cursed Eyelander, the strategy evolves to further impair his already limited vision. Utilizing smoke pellets to obscure his sight, combined with tactical retreats and feints, can disorient him, making it difficult for him to land a decisive blow. Batarangs and other non-lethal tools can be employed to disarm him, or at least force him to drop his weapon, leveling the playing field. Given the Eyelander's ability to empower its wielder with each kill, extreme caution is advised. The battle may well become a war of attrition, testing the limits of endurance on both sides. In executing this plan against Tavish Finnegan de Groot, caution remains paramount, especially considering the other mercenaries, each with their own dangerous pasts and capabilities that should not be underestimated. Contingency Plan Code, Boston Basher, Subject, Scout. Also known as Jeremy, he hails from Boston, and is the youngest of 8 brothers. Growing up in such an environment, he learned to assert himself through speed and being quick-witted, often using his agility to navigate and escape trouble in the congested cityscape. Later in life, he joined a group of mercenaries, where his natural skills were honed and became a means for earning a living. His primary role in his team is rapid assault and reconnaissance, utilizing his speed to outmaneuver opponents and relay critical information. Scout's abilities extend beyond mere quickness. He is equipped with a baseball bat, a pistol gun, and a scattergun, making him formidable at close and mid-range. Less known is his ability to double jump, a strange but effective power that allows him to change direction swiftly in mid-air. Attempts to track or target him. His combat style is brash and unpredictable, often taunting opponents to throw them off balance. Given the Scout's inexplicable ability to double jump, an ability that defies the natural laws of physics, and his documented instances of returning to life, I am inclined to suspect a divine or supernatural origin. Additionally, the unique healing properties of his mad milk, which comes from his bodily fluids, are reminiscent of biblical narratives, where sacred blood possesses life-giving powers. These extraordinary feats suggest a background that could potentially rival, or even surpass, the divine lineage of figures such as Wonder Woman. This possibility necessitates a thorough investigation into the true extent and source of Scout's powers. To prepare for such an unusual foe, the initial phase of the contingency involves countering Scout's speed. I will utilize cryogenic technology inspired by Mr. Freeze's arsenal. Specifically, deploying a modified version of the freeze gun will allow me to alter the battlefield tactically. By freezing the ground in targeted areas, I can manipulate the terrain to impede the Scout's movement, creating zones where his speed is significantly reduced, making him an easier target for capture. To counter the Scout's arsenal, including his scattergun and baseball bat, I will use the Bat Disruptor. This device is capable of disabling mechanical and electronic weaponry by emitting a targeted pulse. This will effectively neutralize his firearms and temporarily render them inoperative. For unconventional weapons like the Bonk Atomic Punch, which grants him temporary invincibility, the strategy will be to wait out the effect. During this period, evasive maneuvers and defensive tactics will be prioritized until the invincibility phase dissipates, at which point offensive strategies can resume. Considering the Scout's known psychological profile and susceptibility to emotional triggers, implementing psychological warfare is critical. In addition to sonic disruptors emitting auditory hallucinations of his teammates, I will integrate visual illusions of Tom Jones, believed by the Scout to be his father. This personal distraction could significantly impact his focus and emotional stability during confrontation, providing an opening or causing hesitation, which I can exploit. Once the Scout is sufficiently slowed and his weapons disabled, I will engage using non-lethal tactics designed to quickly incapacitate him. Gods are already among us, and it seems they are increasingly stepping into the spotlight. This prompts me to prepare with additional, more potent contingencies to address these emerging threats. Contingency Plan Code, Frontier Justice. Subject, the Engineer. Del Conager, known as the Engineer, is a key figure in the ongoing battles between two brothers' rivalries over a plot of land. Originating from Bee Cave, Texas, Del is a gentle, soft-spoken intellectual with a deep passion for building and maintaining complex machinery. He comes from a lineage of brilliant inventors, including his grandfather, Radigan Conager, who built the first life-extending machines for the Mann brothers. Del's educational background is impressive, holding 11 PhDs in hard sciences, including mechanical engineering, physics, and computer science. The engineer's primary abilities revolve around his technical expertise. He can rapidly construct, repair, and upgrade various machines, such as sentry guns, dispensers, and teleporters. His strategic placement of these devices maximizes defensive capabilities and supports his team effectively. Additionally, his adaptability allows him to modify his creations to meet the evolving needs of the battlefield. Despite his significant contributions, the engineer has notable weaknesses. He is heavily dependent on his equipment, less physically capable compared to other mercenaries, and can become overly focused on his work, potentially overlooking immediate dangers. Del's motivations include a love for inventing and building, a passion for problem solving, and a strong desire to support and protect his team. However, he dislikes seeing his creations destroyed, and incompetence that jeopardizes his work or his team's safety. Under stress, the engineer remains calm and methodical, focusing on solving problems and maintaining his machines. His resilience and resourcefulness allow him to find creative solutions to counteract threats. Engaging the engineer requires an approach that targets his technical dependencies and exploits his weaknesses. The first phase of the plan involves infiltrating his base of operations. Utilizing a suit designed for stealth and invisibility, I will infiltrate his nest undetected. Once inside, an electromagnetic pulse will be deployed at the center of the nest to disable all his machines simultaneously, allowing for the quick dispatch of the engineer. However, if the engineer's buildings are scattered, a different approach is necessary. The strategy will involve hit-and-run tactics. A specialized gadget designed to slowly sap sentries will be placed around his buildings. These sappers will gradually weaken his machines, prompting the engineer to leave his defensive position to fix them. By continually sapping his machines and then going invisible with the stealth suit, I will drive the engineer to distraction. He will be forced to move from one location to another, constantly repairing and rebuilding. This relentless harassment will cause him to make mistakes, creating openings for a decisive strike. Throughout this operation, I must remain cautious of the engineer's weapons. While he is primarily known for his technical prowess, his arsenal can be surprisingly lethal. Shotguns, pistols, and even mechanical wrenches can pose serious threats if underestimated. In conclusion, this plan requires constant vigilance and adaptability, ensuring that every possible variable is accounted for to stay one step ahead of this highly intelligent and resourceful adversary. It's important to note that Del Conager operates in the Prime universe, but there are many other engineers from alternate realities. Some of them are as dangerous, or perhaps even more dangerous, than the Prime one, most notably an engineer whose code name is Uncle Dane. Contingency Plan Code, Inferno. Subject, the Pyro. Real name, unknown. On the surface, he might seem like a typical Arkham Asylum patient, but underneath the mask lies something far more indescribable. His behavior has similarities to Firefly, another pyromaniac, but where Firefly is a drop in the ocean of insanity, the Pyro is the ocean itself. Psychologically, the Pyro at first glance appears schizophrenic. However, a deeper analysis reveals something more complex. His hallucinations are based on real objects. A giant lollipop in his mind is a blood-stained axe in reality. And unlike typical schizophrenics, he isn't socially or emotionally detached. Remarkably, he once became the CEO of a company, making it extremely successful. This contradicts the typical depressive behaviors of schizophrenia. Furthermore, the Pyro experiences episodes of mania, another trait inconsistent with schizophrenia. His mind is childlike, a vulnerability that can be exploited. His psychotic world is vivid and relentless, driven by a constant stream of colorful and cartoony hallucinations. Yet, he interacts with his team and society, showing a disturbing level of functionality amidst his madness. Close combat with the Pyro is inadvisable. His mental state combined with his incendiary weapons, like the flamethrower, makes him extremely dangerous. Unlike Firefly, who retains some human semblance, the Pyro's unsettling nature suggests something more sinister. Given the supernatural backgrounds of his mercenary team, I must consider the possibility that the Pyro could be an eldritch horror, an alien, or worse. To confront the Pyro, I must first exploit his mental state. Knowing his childlike mind, I can use grandiose holographic shows of unicorns and rainbows to divert his attention. This will create a short window of opportunity. During this window, remote-controlled batarangs will disarm his weapons, flamethrowers, axes, shotguns, and more. The Pyro's limited long-range capabilities, such as the Scorch Shot, can be easily evaded. In addition, during the entire confrontation, I will be equipped with a specialized fireproof batsuit, ensuring that even in close quarters, I remain protected from his flames. Following disarmament, I will deploy freeze blasts. Based on Mr. Freeze's technology, these cryogenic grenades will incapacitate the Pyro. This ensures containment without the risk of unmasking him. There's a hunch that unmasking the Pyro might trigger something catastrophic. I've heard stories of superheroes meeting their demise after encountering incomprehensible horrors. If the Pyro is similar, caution is paramount. Post-neutralization, the Pyro will be contained in a specialized cell. To accommodate his childlike mind, a 70-inch plasma screen TV with over 200 channels of children's shows will be provided. This ensures he remains entertained and less inclined to escape. Regular meals will also be given to maintain a semblance of normalcy. I must admit my curiosity about what lies beneath the mask is strong. However, my instincts warn me against it. The Pyro, as mysterious as he is, might still be human. But it's better to overthink and be wary than to be caught off guard. To gain further understanding, gathering intel about Miss Pauling, a core member of the Pyro's mercenary team, might provide valuable insights. There's a possibility she knows more about what the pyro truly is. However, the primary focus remains diverting, disarming, and containing the pyro. Against such a foe, I must expect the unexpected.
Teen sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on your nerve. I recommend Sensodyne.
From is it possible to anything is possible. From we'll see to let's go. From no time to now's the time. At Strayer University, we help students like you earn your degree affordably by offering access to up to 10 no-cost gen ed courses so you can get from here.
Conodia. I can't get closer. I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer, Dio.
Contingency Plan Code. Sandwich. Subject. The Heavy. Known as the Heavy Weapons Guy or Heavy, Misha is a formidable mercenary renowned for his brute strength and unwavering loyalty to his comrades. Born in the harsh landscapes of Siberia, his life has been one of constant struggle and survival. His father, a counter-revolutionary, was executed during the Russian revolutions, and Misha, along with his mother and 3 sisters, was sent to a gulag in northern Siberia. During his time in the gulag, Misha developed immense physical strength, which he would later use to escape and protect his family. Misha, despite his intimidating appearance, is highly intelligent. He holds a PhD in Russian literature, an often overlooked aspect of his character. His time at the Soviet College of Mines, Farms, and Science honed his mind just as the gulag honed his body. His motivations are deeply personal. He works as a mercenary not out of bloodlust, but to provide for his family, whom he dearly loves and protects. In combat, Misha is a force of nature. His primary weapon is a massive minigun he affectionately names Sasha. He also has other weapons named Natasha, Svetlana, Oksana, and Sheila. Each of these weapons has unique attributes. For instance, the Huolong heater emits rings of fire that can burn enemies in addition to delivering a hail of bullets. He's also known to wield a shotgun and typically engage in melee fights with his bare fists. Additionally, Misha possesses a mystical item, a seemingly ordinary sandwich. This sandwich can heal his injuries when consumed and regenerates itself, providing an endless supply of sustenance and recovery. This item is a key part of his survival strategy in prolonged battles. To nullify these advantages, the confrontation would require some flexibility. First, exhaustion. The Heavy's resources, including his ammunition and his mystical sandwich, are vital to his prolonged effectiveness in battle. I'll engage him in a battle of attrition, steadily depleting his gadgets and supplies. While his sandwich regenerates, it takes time. I'll keep the pressure on him constantly, allowing no time for him to recover or utilize his healing item. Second, weaponry adaptation. The Heavy's arsenal is vast and varied. My suit and tactics must adapt accordingly. For example, if he wields the Huolong heater, my suit must be fireproof to counter the rings of fire it emits. If he uses the Tomislav, which is quieter than his other miniguns, I must rely on visual cues rather than auditory ones to detect his presence. And third, physical confrontation. Direct engagement with the Heavy is extremely risky due to his immense strength. He has been known to kill bears, and more terrifyingly, stop a train in its tracks with his bare hands, albeit with the help of another Merc's peculiar technology.
All right. I still trying to get the energy from this, G. Give me Eagle or Joy Boy's energy, because I already got the scroll yesterday. I just need the energy.
Judging from the intel,
I just need
no
one of their
mercenary in
energy.
Heavy's team
Jesus
has a novel
Christ.
backstory. They all possess extraordinary origins.
Preferably Joy Boy's energy. Seriously.
Oh, the Kryptonian crash cliche. Never mind. Finally, there's the matter of his mystical sandwich. The healing properties of this item are extraordinary. Discovering its secrets could benefit my mission greatly. The sandwich regenerates, providing an infinite supply of healing, Understanding its mechanics could revolutionize my own recovery process after battles. The sandwich would be very helpful for my cause, for justice, for Gotham. Contingency Plan Code, American Patriot. Subject, the Soldier. Known by the alias Jane Doe, he is a complex and unpredictable individual. Desperate to fight in World War II, he was rejected from every branch of the U.S. military, likely due to his low intelligence and mental instability. Undeterred, he bought his own ticket to Europe, taught himself how to load and fire a variety of weapons, and went on a Nazi killing spree. Despite his lack of official military service, he awarded himself several self-made medals. Later in life, he joined a mercenary team, where he continued his violent escapades. Soldier's past is riddled with paranoia and a fierce, almost delusional patriotism. He has a history of barricading himself in apartments, surrounded by weaponry, and living off military rations. His criminal record includes public indecency, such as fighting naked while smeared with honey, war crimes, possession of weapons of mass destruction, burglary, unauthorized entry, and murder. Additionally, Soldier's abilities are a blend of self-taught combat skills and sheer brute force. He has an impressive arsenal and is adept with various firearms and explosives. Notably, he possesses the ability to rocket jump, a maneuver that defies the laws of physics. This involves using a rocket launcher to propel himself into the air, a feat that would typically result in death but somehow works for him, likely due to his simple-mindedness and sheer determination. His mental state is chaotic, leading to unpredictable and often violent behavior. Yet, beneath the chaos, there lies a genuine patriot, albeit one driven by a distorted view of reality. To effectively counter the Soldier, I must exploit his weaknesses and prepare for his reaction. First, we must target his weapons and equipment. Soldier is known for his love of firearms and explosives. A surprise attack that destroys his arsenal will significantly diminish his combat effectiveness. This will involve precise timing and coordination to catch him off guard, ensuring he has no time to prepare or retaliate. Next, I must be wary of his erratic behavior, particularly his tendency for public indecency. Soldier has been known to fight naked, smeared with honey, which can be a deceptive tactic. Despite appearing vulnerable, he remains a significant threat. Close quarters combat should be avoided unless absolutely necessary, and I must be equipped with restraining gear to handle unexpected scenarios. Then, I will exploit his low intelligence. Simple tricks can be used to incapacitate him. For example, employing tactics that lead him to inhale or consume incapacitating agents. Deploying substances in his food, water, or air supply can render him unconscious or otherwise incapacitated without direct confrontation. Soldier's rocket jumping ability, while seemingly nonsensical, is a genuine threat. I must anticipate this maneuver and counter it with traps or obstacles that negate his aerial mobility. Creating environments that limit his ability to perform rocket jumps will reduce his tactical advantage. Additionally, Soldier's distorted sense of patriotism can be manipulated. Introducing elements that he perceives as un-American, such as symbols of communism or perceived threats to American values, will trigger irrational and aggressive responses. These distractions can be used to our advantage, creating openings for capture or neutralization. Finally, I must be prepared for the unexpected. Soldier's connections to mystic elements within his mercenary team suggest potential unknown abilities. Constant surveillance and adaptive strategies will be necessary to respond to any unforeseen threats. In conclusion, while Soldier is a dangerous and unpredictable adversary, his weaknesses are numerous and exploitable. Our contingency will utilize surprise attacks, psychological manipulation, and strategic traps to neutralize the threat he poses. However, considering Soldier might be one of the most dangerous members of his mercenary group, I wonder if I shouldn't add more strategies just in case, such as distracting him with a boom tube that lets him teleport bread, or even a simple bucket to play with. His simplicity may be his greatest weakness, but underestimating him could be a fatal mistake. Contingency Plan Code, Australian Superman. Subject, the Sniper. The Sniper, real name Mundy, a professional with standards, a mercenary whose kill rate speaks to his lethal efficiency. His backstory is uncannily similar to Superman's, and that can't be a coincidence. Like Superman, Mundy was rocketed away from his home, only to be found and adopted by a couple with a husband named Jonathan. But while Superman's origin is tied to a dying world, Mundy's roots lead back to a sunken nation, New Zealand, an entire country lost beneath the ocean due to the misguided warnings of a man named Bill Bell, Mundy's biological father. As a child, Mundy didn't just survive the crash. He thrived in the harsh Australian outback, learning skills that turned him into one of the most dangerous killers alive. He's not just any sniper. He's a tracker, a survivalist, and a master of stealth. In his hands, any rifle becomes an extension of his will, allowing him to reach out and touch his target from miles away with deadly precision. But that's not all. The sniper possesses a peculiar ability, one that I've taken particular note of: the Jarate. A strange concoction of his own making, Jarate is essentially weaponized bodily fluid. When smeared on his enemies, it makes them more vulnerable to physical damage, almost as if it softens their very bones. My intel suggests that this power came from Saxton Hale Jarate pills that reportedly tripled the size of Mundy's kidneys, allowing him to produce this fluid in vast quantities. But I'm suspicious. Given his origins and the strange circumstances of his childhood, there's a possibility he was born with this power, and the pills simply enhanced what was already there. Alternatively, the pills might have granted him this ability outright, though I find that less likely. There's even a third possibility, one that's too far-fetched to entertain without more evidence. But for now, these two theories are the most probable. For the contingency, I must exploit Mundy's greatest strength: distance. He operates best from afar, where he can pick off targets before they even know he's there. The logical response is to close that distance as quickly as possible. However, that's easier said than done. The Jarate complicates things. Getting close means risking exposure to his weaponized fluid, which could weaken me and make me vulnerable to even the slightest physical attack. But a weakness is a weakness, and I can't let that deter me. The first step is surprise. Mundy thrives on being the unseen predator, so I need to turn the tables, becoming the predator myself. A surprise attack with a sedative will be my initial strategy, but I'm prepared for the possibility that he might anticipate such a move. If it comes to hand-to-hand combat, I'll need to be quick, dodging his kukri, a deadly melee weapon he's proficient with, and his SMG, which he uses when the distance is closed. A retractable shield will be essential, both as protection against his Jarate throws and as a barrier to deflect any close-range attacks.
Oh, why not get his scroll again?
Mundy is unpredictable, and there's a chance he could replenish his supply of Jarate during the fight, or worse, use it directly from the source in a desperate move. It's disgraceful, yes, but in battle, there are no rules, only survival. Even with all of this, I know the sniper remains a professional, though as professional as someone who throws suspicious liquids at people can be. He's a formidable opponent, but I faced worse. This contingency plan will ensure that if the Krypton, sniper, ever turns his scope on me, I'll be ready.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease and struggling with your symptoms? It's not too soon to talk to your doctor about Entyvio for moderate to severe Crohn's and learn about the results you need, including rapid symptom relief and long-term remission. Entyvio is the only gut-focused treatment for Crohn's that helps block inflammation in the gut and works right where you need it.
Contingency plan code: Goliath. Subject: Atom Smasher. I caught wind of something unusual during cleanup operations outside Gotham Harbor. A conflict had broken out the night before. Witnesses reported a metallic giant tearing through vehicles, military-grade implants, behavior that didn't match any known metahuman or rogue AI. The battlefield debris didn't lie. This wasn't some black market cyborg. The tech was too clean, too advanced. Not from this time. Cross-referencing anomalous tech signatures with data gathered from previous temporal incursions confirmed what I feared. The trail led to a name, a whisper from the future: Atom Smasher. possible timeline, Atom Smasher becomes a name that cities fear and children have nightmares about. A name whispered in Night City. A name backed by a corporation even worse than LexCorp on its darkest day. Arasaka. Atom Smasher isn't a man. He's what happens when a man volunteers to erase his soul. Rebuilt after a missile turned his body to pulp, he didn't mourn what he lost. He thanked Arasaka. They made him better, stronger, colder. They gave him the steel bones of a killer, and he repaid them in blood. He became their enforcer, their executioner, their symbol of dominance. I dug deeper. Intel from the future confirms the extent of his brutality. In 2076, he crushed a young mercenary named David Martinez, a boy trying to survive the only way the city let him. His crew was executed, one by one. Rebecca, small frame, loud mouth, big heart. Smasher didn't flinch, just stomped her into the concrete. Efficient, cruel, personal, and that's the point. Smasher doesn't kill out of duty, he kills for the message. He's fought and hunted Night City's legends. Johnny Silverhand, V. If they survive their first encounter, he makes sure there isn't a second. His kill list is a hall of fame of resistance. His file reads like war crimes etched in chrome. What makes him so dangerous isn't just the hardware, it's the mind inside it. In 2077, one of the most common neurodegenerative disorders is cyberpsychosis. When too much metal replaces your flesh, your brain forgets what it means to feel, to be human. Most go insane. Smasher didn't. Not because he's immune, but because he was already broken, already cold. The syndrome didn't change him, it fit him. His sociopathy anchors his mind. He still takes orders, still plans, still obeys. That's why Arasaka keeps him. He's their perfect monster. His biology, if you can even call it that, is a study in extremes. His flesh is gone, every limb replaced. Muscle has been substituted with carbon titanium weave. Bones with alloy reinforcements. Ceramic plates shield his internals. Only his brain remains. The last vestige of what used to be Atom. Even that is likely fortified, suspended in cooling gel and rigged with intrusion defenses. His weapon systems are brutal and diverse. Shoulder-mounted launchers, arm-integrated chain guns, hydraulic strength amplifiers, reflex accelerators. His optical suite includes thermal, infrared, targeting overlays. Revitalized with Pure Leaf Red Brewed Iced Tea. Time for a Pure Leaf.
Come into Toyota's certified used vehicle sales event with great deals on a huge selection, all backed by Toyota. But it ends November 3rd. That's weird. Is anybody else seeing this?
Bad things happen to good people.
Get results. Call Ted Ryan and Associates.
Find styles that feel more you than ever, without compromise. With all of these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free. The Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives. What about the canopy in Paris? Hilton Honors, babe.
When you know points that can take you anywhere, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
But it's not a Sandevistan he uses. That tech is for street-level fighters, for people with flesh left to burn. A Sandevistan is a neural acceleration implant that allows its user to slow down time from their perspective. A temporary burst of heightened perception and reflexes. It overclocks the nervous system, letting users move faster than the world around them. Deadly in close quarters combat, it's a prized edge in street-level engagements. David Martinez used one, and with it, he could tear through entire rooms in seconds. But Adam dismissed it, called it rudimentary, because what he has isn't a Sandevistan, it's superior. Military-grade speedware integrated into his full cybernetic frame. No limits from organic reaction times, no heat limits, no neural degradation, just pure, unrelenting velocity. David was driving a street racer. Smasher is a jet fighter. What David saw as peak performance, Smasher sees as a toy. And when that realization hit, when David understood that even his greatest strength meant nothing to the monster in front of him, it shattered him. Because no matter how much chrome you bolt on, flesh remains a limitation. Smasher doesn't have that problem. In Melee, he is death incarnate, which means hand-to-hand is off the table. My standard contingency options are insufficient. Against enemies like Metallo or Lex in power armor, I've used electromagnetism to disrupt movement, EMPs to short circuits. That won't work here. His components include carbon fiber and ceramics, non-magnetic, EM hardened, built for combat in the most chaotic environments. I might disrupt a weapon or two, but not enough to neutralize him. So I adapted. First, I analyzed fragments recovered from the initial skirmish. A piece of spinal conduit, severed joint, tiny traces of degraded biological material. The VAT computer isolated it. Mitochondrial DNA. A link. Not to Smasher directly, but to a present-day individual. Jonah Smasher. Corporate consultant. Defense contractor. Arasaka's East Coast liaison. He doesn't know what his descendant becomes. I made contact. Not directly. I just needed a handshake. One brush. One glass lifted to his lips. That was enough. From that DNA, I created a key. A Trojan. A nanite-based virus encoded to activate only in the presence of Adam Smasher.
Well, time to leave.
Hidden in the delivery shell. Dormant until proximity to the target wakes. Scrambled neural pathways, corrupt firmware, sever motor functions. He won't know it's there until he starts losing control, until his body stops responding, until his weapons misfire and his limbs begin to fail. Some would argue that hacking a being like Adam is impossible, but I've hacked harder. I shut down Cyborg once, and his systems are laced with apocalyptic motherbox technology, self-healing code, adaptive AI, alien architecture thousands of years beyond anything Arasaka has ever produced. Cyborg is a living quantum node capable of warping reality, and I still found a way. Adam, by contrast, is brutal but basic, earth-born tech. Arasaka's finest, yes, but grounded in principles I've already broken. His systems are hardened, yes, closed loop, isolated from external hacks, but with physical access and preparation, nothing is unbreakable. Adam is just difficult. Cyborg was nearly impossible. The difference is key. Smasher's not wired for defense like Cyborg. He's built for offense. Which means if I bypass the gates, if I whisper past his walls from the inside with a virus tailored to his own DNA, he won't stand a chance. Because unlike Cyborg, Smasher isn't thinking in every dimension. He's a hammer. I'm the hand that knows where to strike. But I don't stop at one layer. If I have an opportunity, I'll embed a miniature boom tube into the delivery system. Apocalyptic tech. Illegal to even store. But if Smasher resists shutdown, if the virus fails, if all else fails, then I'll send him somewhere no one comes back from. Open the portal. Drop him in space. Let vacuum deal with what bullets can't. This is not a fight. It's an execution. The mission is to neutralize Adam Smasher before he turns Gotham into another Night City. Before he builds a foothold for Arasaka in this timeline. Before he finds our children and our streets and decides we are next. When the time comes, I'll face him. And I'll say the words. I did some digging. You have your great-great-grandfather's eyes and blood. And then I'll activate the switch. Turns out that's enough. His limbs will seize, circuits glitch, firewalls collapse, systems betray him. And if by some miracle he keeps moving, then I open the gate beneath his feet. Let him rage against the stars. Let him scream where no one will hear. Smasher is not a man to be fought. He is a disease to be cauterized. He doesn't deserve justice. He deserves to be broken. In body, in mind, in spirit. For David, for Rebecca, for everyone he crushed under his heel. End log.
Y'all know I'm about to go see them Texans. I'm about to go see them Rockets. I'm about to go see them Astros. I'm out to go to a lot of concerts, man. So I'm gonna need some tickets. That's why I want to get the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek. A big shout out. With over $28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketed app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including sports, festivals, and concerts. Right now, you can get tickets to the MLB, the NFL, and y'all know the NBA ain't too far behind. I love using SeatGeek because
Yo, my guy, how you doing?
all you do is type in the event.
Yo, Prince, how you doing? Work been kicking your ass still, right? I've been trying to get like Joy Boy or Emu spec because I need to increase my damage. Are you on DS too? I'm not surprised, brother. I'm not surprised. Oh God. Like I need Joy Boy energy or Emu energy, and I still haven't gotten those considering how high they're supposed to be. So when I say you on, that's not exactly you. That's someone else. I wish I could say the same, to be honest. Because it would be good to have somebody to literally grind this game while I'm playing a different game. I'm like, yeah, I really need a better sword because True Yor is good, but I definitely just need an up to date sword because my fighting style is up to date. It's just my sword that isn't. My soul is also somewhat up to date too. The only thing is I will probably need like a new soul eventually. Yeah, Gus has a new sword, but I don't know if he's that good anymore. Because what? There's a new Ichigo one that just came out not that long ago. The only problem with the Ichigo one is I need to get the resources and shit for that one. I just need more damage in general to even do that one, which is why I'm kind of doing this, as you see. Baru ain't that outdated because I had Baru fighting style not that long ago. Baru is not that outdated. I think Baru is still like the best, the third best fighting style. Baru is still like the third best fighting style because the first one is Perfect Cell, the second one has to be Jotaro, and Baru has to be the third one, and fourth place has to be Cosmic Saitama. Because those are the ones I was told to get when I was on the server. When I'm in the server for the game for this game, I'm like, yeah, those are told me the ones I should get. It's just my spec is very outdated. Like I just need one of the energy from these bosses. Like when Joy Boy spawns back, please just give me a energy. It don't even matter who it is. I got scroll for both. Yeah, brother, I was playing this yesterday. I was playing this yesterday, and I still didn't get the energy. I just got like scrolls and like the title. The title is like 1%. The title is 1%, and I got the title twice, which shouldn't even be freaking possible. Because I seen I got the title twice. I'm like, this should not be possible. You should not get this twice. This is a literal 1%. It should not be possible to get 1% twice in a row. That's like me hitting the law. That's like me doing a lottery and getting and literally winning twice in a row. It shouldn't be possible to get the 1% twice. By the way, you talking about Virgil? Did you do know Virgil got like a V2, right? Virgil got like a version 2. It's not just one. He has a second version. Yeah, he got a second version. Yeah, he Virgil got his version 2 right before Perfect Cell, right before the Perfect Cell fighting style came out. So not that long ago. All right, cool. Go ahead. The funny thing is, I'm already technically supposed to have the emo energy. The emo energy wasn't even that, not even that hard to get. It's like the emo energy is supposed to be like the third easiest thing to freaking get. Ah, you got Grady. Yeah, you're supposed to be taking. Yep, you're supposed to take your time with bosses. I'm like, yeah, that 4 time bullshit. Yeah, no, we sometimes you don't need that on because I swear, you say it's 4 times easier to get something. It's not. That's a lie. Because if it is, half of the time I would still not be here fighting the same boss again and again. Either that or they just make it harder to get the easier things. Because I was sure with the time I was trying to literally grind to get the stuff to get Virgil V2. Yeah, nah. Yeah, they just make it harder to do things. They never make it easier. Like, yeah, I was gonna get the perfect cell fighting style, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was already getting the Jotaro fighting style, and I was already almost done with the Jotaro fighting style. So I'm like, yeah, I finished Jotaro, and then I worry about perfect cell later. Yeah, that's the funny thing, and I don't even know how that's possible. By the way, there is like a Guts V2 where it makes his sword very good. I just don't have it. That's the problem. By the way, they have came with Wizard 101 on console finally. So yeah, they've made the game that was strictly for PC for console now. Yeah, yeah, they actually made it for console. Like, yeah, I need somebody with me to do this because I need this definitely. I can do this by myself, but I just wanted this grind, speed it the fuck up. I can't do it. I can't do it alone. My damage is too little. All right, thank God. Finally, he showed up. I can't blame you for being too weak, brother. It's been a while since you've been on this game. Cause though I've brother been keeping up with this game too, brother. So I can't really say that. Cause I took a little break from this game too. So oh god, oh no, you're fighting a fucking dragon boss. I hate those. All right, come on, game, something good. Cause if not, I'm going to take a break, I guess, and find something to freaking eat for a little, and then come back to this if I don't get anything. Like something like Ebu, Joy Boy, either one. The energy. Like no more scrolls, god damn it. I already have two of each scroll. That's the third one. Alright, time to take a break. Yep, that's the third scroll. That's the third fucking scroll. Yep, time to take a break. I'm like, because you gotta be kidding me. That was the third freaking scroll. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna be in anime last stand for a little because I do need to start doing something stuff in there. Brother, I'm not surprised. You're talking about someone who's not surprised on that. By the way, the funny thing is they did boost some characters. They literally boost some characters. That's the crazy thing. Cause what? Who got boosted again? Rukia got boosted. Rukia Kokushibo, Dio, Escanor, and Guts. Those are the characters I got boosted in this game. Like, yeah, she got boosted. Yeah, last time I checked, she does what? Some good damage now? I remember because with this update, she got boosted. If you done the divine, if you done this extreme boost, then yeah, she got even further boosted. Cause like she wasn't all that good, and then like forget, we need the booster because she's not all that good. I'm like, brother, if my stream cuts off, that's because the the whole normalcy at this point. Because at this point, it's normal for my stream just to cut off. Like, yeah, I wish I had a friend doing this for me in the background because this one, because the ALS grind is not bad. It's just to be getting these characters that's bad, and like the awakening items. Like, yep, the amount of crit that I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have. Because I think I run crit tree. I'm pretty sure I run crit tree on this Naruto. Treat, baby, treat. Trick or treat. I got a treat, baby. I'll be right back. They should be killing, and I shouldn't die from this. Hopefully. All right, I'm back. Well, for a little at least. Hey, Zuko, you there? I mean, yeah, light is good for nuke. Like light is a very good nuke. He's a very good nuke for for infinite. Come back. What up, my brother? What up? I was checking on you because you've been in here for a while by yourself, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me check on him. Ah, that makes sense. I'm basically live streaming what I normally live stream because I at least try to live stream almost every day, and if I do, mostly because I'm bored. All right, so I got to go back downstairs and get my food. Mhm. Oh wait, I got to unequip him first, and then I got to see how I can. Oh, I got everything. It's not that much. More like nothing like Dark Souls 2 Rage. Yeah. Dark Souls Rage. Oh God help me. That's why I will never get into playing Dark Souls. I refuse. All right. So yeah, I got Kira now. So now I can just nuke a lot easier. I'll be right back, my guy. I'm like, yeah, Kira's supposed to be like a complicated nuke, I think. I'm not sure. The character that would be up next, Mob. Wait, are you pad training right now? Ah. But to say, what level did you meet that you reach? I'm like, yeah, to place Kira is the mount is crazy. Jesus Christ. I'm like, I don't know why I got glitched out of everybody. Out of everybody, I got glitched on. I got it glitched on a literal character that costs 1 million to place. Yep. Like the amount of pets was the amount of pets in Wizard 101 is kind of astonishing if you look at the PC version. You look at the PC version, you see how many pets they have in that motherfucker, you'd be like, oh nah. I'm about to say, yeah, you talking to someone who played the PC version, the amount of pets is freaking crazy. Some of the pets are even freaking broken. Or can be either one. So that'll be up to you though. I'm about to say I'm trying to get freaking Alucard in this fucking game, and that's gonna take a while. Even though it's supposed to be like a 5% chance to drop, I still haven't gotten him. 5% is higher than normal and than the normal in this freaking game. All right, so let's see what he can do. Deal with the devil. Oh no. So basically, he just removes the 15 seconds from this and just marks everybody as guilty. They just literally get marked as guilty. Or increases the brevity cap to 1,500. Guilty applied instantly. Yeah, this. Yeah, Akira's definitely a new character. Like, yo, thank God I got some water because I definitely need this. Oh yeah, that's a whole bunch of damage. I'm like, wait, it's not letting me use this ability. What the heck? Let's see if I can get the other character. There's two more characters that I don't have. Technically three, but all right, brother. Talk to you later, Prince. I need to get Lelouch. Jesus Christ. Excuse me.
Hello everyone and welcome back to